Let's get this party started in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Wild Cannons podcast. To my right, we have Jeff. Jeff, how you doing?
Doing pretty good today. Looking forward to this episode.
A little windy today. Anything happen?
A lot of trees fell down. My fence, some roof shingles.
Your fence fell down?
It blew down.
It blew down.
So
And you've been out of power for over 24 hours.
oh yeah.
Across from me, we have Ryan. Ryan, how you doing?
Story.
Doing pretty good. It's been a day, windy day.
Are you going to one-up that fence story?
No, but I just know it's now March 2026. This whole La Nina bullshit they were talking in the beginning of the year, this winter is messed up, man. Just cleaning up trees and fences, and yeah, it's been a day.
They'll maybe get up there this weekend, hopefully.
Yeah,
Get to ride some POW.
wet and wild out there.
It is.
And windy.
It is wet, wild, and windy.
When the mountains get their power back. So
Definitely. So hopefully we get that on soon. This will not come out for a long time after that. So hopefully we'll get a few more days in riding. But we do have our special guest today. We have Nick Strother. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hanging out?
Yeah, the wind didn't affect me too much. I was working all day anyway, so good day to be inside.
Sick. Well, we're happy to have you. Do a little intro for you here. I think most people are going to know you as Stro or Nick Stro, local rider. Spent the last couple winters living in Sandpoint, working up at Schweitzer. Summers back in Wallace. You just had a standout part with Jib Junk and the "Fuck You Pay Me" video. When you're not out, catching clip highs in the streets, we can find you traveling around chasing POW. You're kind of a man of mystery. I think every time, we meet, I learn something new about you. Some might say, or maybe it's just me, you're kind of Wallace's version of the Dos Equis guy. A world traveler. You have many accomplishments. He's the most interesting man in the world, or at least Wallace. The past few years, you've helped host the Wallace Ski Jor event. You're super kind, humble. Everybody loves you. And you're a sneaky good all-around rider.
Thank you, T. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So we're happy to have you. Jeff's opened up Uprise beer. So let's give a little cheers.
Rack.
Thank you, Uprise.
Cheers, Nick.
Cheers to Uprise. Having Nick here finally in the studio. But we want to give a special shout out to Frank the Tank and
Frank.
Bear Ridge Trail Builders and Excavation. They are here for any of your dirt needs, for general earthwork to property improvements. If you've been mountain biking up at Silver in the summer or attended the Wallace Ski Jor event, you've experienced Bear Ridge Works. So big shout out to Bear Ridge for being our full sponsor of this episode.
Thank you, Frank.
Yes, big thanks, Frank.
Frank, you're the man. Can't wait to be shredding with you again.
Yeah,
Soon.
those ribs heal up. As we get into it, dude, where did you grow up?
So it's kind of a long story. I was actually born in Indiana. Most people don't know that. I lived there till I was 2.
Cornhuskers, right? Indiana Cornhuskers.
Hoosiers.
Or whatever.
So I'm a Colts fan. They say you could see the Colts stadium from the room I was born in.
Okay.
And that was when Peyton and Eli had that legendary run. So I don't think they're up to any good nowadays, but I'm still a fan.
Hey.
Didn't take you as a football guy, but
And not really. But I was born into this. And then actually I lived in Asia from 2 to 4 in Shanghai with my parents. Came back, lived in Kentucky, and then moved to California age 7. Lived in California for 10 years, and then moved to Nevada for college, and moved here 2021 to Idaho.
Okay. So
So most of the time was California, but
in California.
a lot of time all over the place.
And then what had you kind of moving around throughout?
Mostly family. My dad's military, so we were bouncing around doing all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then you kind of land in California, and I'm assuming that's where you kind of started getting your feet wet with snowboarding.
Yeah, so I was 10 years old, maybe 9, and we had this video game SSX on tour. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yep.
On the Nintendo GameCube. So my brother, I have a twin brother, we would both play the game, and we'd be playing split screen on this tiny little TV. And my dad said, "Do you guys want to actually go to the mountain?" And so he took us up there, and I haven't missed a season ever since.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Straight to snowboarding, no skiing at all.
No, not at all.
what-
I have skied, but yeah, first day on a board.
What about skateboarding? Was there a skateboarding influence before that?
I actually used to rollerblade before that.
Yeah.
And then I went snowboarding, and I said, "Yep, got to get on the board." So I started skating after that first year. So I would have been 4th or 5th grade, and been skateboarding ever since. But snowboarding came first.
And then older brother, correct?
Twins, but they pulled me out first.
I didn't know that. See,
didn't
I
know
told
that
you, I
either.
learned something new all the time. So the twin brother or the brother that I met then that was at the Ski Jor event.
Yeah, so he's 1 minute younger than me.
Oh,
We were C-section, so they actually pulled me out first. They selected me, but
Natural
on paper, I'm
selection.
older.
Yeah. Dude, see, no idea. Did you
So
know that?
he
No.
he
Did you know that?
snowboarded too.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't live around here for the listeners, but he's a good skier. But he went snowboarding our first day, and he gave up. But I made it to the bottom of the hill, and he started skiing after that. But he can snowboard now. So respect, Nate. I don't know if you're listening, but respect.
Dude, and then he just like throwing down at the Ski Jor event, right? Like
That's
he hadn't
like
been on
the-
skis in like 3 years or something like that.
That's the only day of the year he skis is for that event.
Gnarly.
Sick.
So
He traveled all the way up here for it.
Yeah, he's done that last 3 years or so, and he places every year somehow.
that's
He doesn't even ride a chairlift. He'll get towed in and immediately do backflip, cork 7. He's a nut.
So was your brother part of the like growth and inspiration of you snowboarding too? Were you guys, was it like you two or was like Pops
So-
involved? Like how was that evolution after you get on the mountain and then you figure out this is something that you want to do? How does that, 5th, 6th, 7th grade? How was that?
Yeah, I remember that first day when I actually made it down the run and I started to do carves, and I just remember that feeling and being like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, this is it. I figured it out. And we would go. My dad skied growing up. He didn't ski for a while, and then he took us, and we all started going. So we'd go every weekend from SoCal. And then my parents were tired of driving us up there every weekend, so they bought a house next to Mountain High in Wrightwood,
Mm-hmm.
which is where we ended up moving because we were going up there so much. And it's 5 minutes from Mountain High. They had night riding 7 days a week till 10 p.m. So go after school, get some laps in, and ride as much as we could. I mean, we do 100-day seasons every season pretty much,
So a lot of time on the mountain.
for sure.
So Mountain High is your home mountain then,
I would say so, yeah.
for sure. At least at that time. And so when is this like 2010-ish?
This would have been, I think we moved there in 2011, and then I moved away in 2015 to go to college. So about 4 years up there.
And your homie Tony has a little question about this there.
Yeah, that's where I met him. I think he was in 10th grade, I was in 9th or so. And yeah, started riding there.
So did you meet him in school or did you meet him on the mountain?
We met at the mountain.
So you meet on the mountain, and kind of his ask was, how did that time on the mountain shape the rider you are today?
I mean, it was an interesting place to ride. So we were less than an hour from Los Angeles, so you'd have all kinds of people there. Total circus on the weekends. So we were learning how to snake the lift line, get in and get out, because you'd be waiting there all day if you didn't know how to do that. So
Explain how you do it. What were some tips?
I think the key was the biggest thing we'd do. We would be in a big group and we'd all go in the singles line.
Yeah,
and when you
classic.
get to the front, you just scoot all the way across the line and take the whole chair for your crew. Or sometimes you could get the marketing guy to let you skip the line with them. Or they would have the ropes in between the lanes, So you kind of like push the rope a little bit and scoot your way in, scoot around. Because everyone down there is drinking and partying anyway. They're not paying attention. And you just sneak by and get your laps in.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think that's still applicable in today's world as well.
The riding itself, it was always slushy and warm. So a lot of like mud bomb holes in the park. So we learned to jib and ride logs and mud and rocks and make the most of what we had. They would do a pretty good park setup, so we definitely rode a lot of park.
Yeah.
But beyond that, a lot of side hits and just shenanigans at the mountain.
I think Frank talked about that as well, of riding down there.
Would they make their own snow down there too? Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we had some good snow years, but yeah, they would make most all of it. Which used to bug me a lot because I never liked wearing goggles as a kid. They'd turn the snow guns on all day long and they'd be blowing in your eyeball.
Just sticks to you.
You'd ride with your hand over your face.
Dude,
East Coast life right there.
But they had to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
you had a lot of sunshine, though. I mean, that's pretty sick, too,
Oh yeah.
to ride that many days. I mean, we kind of I think we want to ride powder throughout the year. And then when we were younger, spring was the perfect time to then get in the park because the snow was a little softer. But you had that advantage from the beginning.
Yeah,
so
it was every day down there. So
that's awesome. What about in board shops? Do you have a board shop that you were with down there? Did you ride for any shops down there?
not really. We had a shop. It's called the Mountain Outhouse. It was kind of a satellite location for Powder and Son, which is based out of Vegas. And they had kind of wrapped up their operation there at the time, so they weren't too involved. And then that got sold, actually the same location, to Pharmacy Board Shop, a skate shop out of SoCal. And I guess they really stepped it up, kind of setting up a scene down there. So that kind of happened as I was there. So we really didn't have a core shop at the time.
And then what about since there isn't maybe this couch scene and people hanging out in a shop? Did you have a group of people at that time, like high school, that you were riding with? So we had Tony, I'm assuming he was that. Was it, or
We
did you have
had,
something that was like pretty solid?
We had a little crew. It was called 2010 Films because my buddy started in 2010. Shout out to Mikey, filmer Mikey.
Yo, what up, Mikey?
And it was him. There were probably a dozen of us here and there, and we would just ride. And he had this super nice camera setup. So for the camera nerds out there, he had an HVX 200, I want to say, with an extreme lens, which nowadays that's like a $15,000 setup. But I think his brother was a filmmaker, so he had access to use. I'm sure I'm getting the facts wrong, but he had access to use this really nice camera. And you guys can probably still watch the videos on YouTube and Vimeo if you want to see them. But
Sweet. So you're making the crew's making some edits.
yeah, we're making edits. We're terrorizing the mountain.
I think that's so cool. I was kind of thinking of like when we had like the guys that we would ride with in high school. Most people get like a left behind after the first run, and then it'd just be a small, kind of pack. But we'd still kind of watch each other go off jumps and here and there. And we had like the big VHS on your like shoulder to like film, which ended up getting wrecked and two guys running into each other. But here you guys have like sun almost all day. It's a sweet park, and you can. I mean, how many laps are you getting in? There? I know you said it's
high
busy,
speed.
but
So we were taking high speed laps top to bottom, and there's a park the whole way down. So I think it was a mile, maybe a mile and a quarter, and you could do probably 9 or 10 jumps and probably 25 rails every run. You strap in, jib, whole way down, jib and jump, and then at the very bottom they had what was called the playground, which is kind of a event staging where they would have rail jams. It was right there next to the base lodge, so you kind of put on a show for all the spectators, and then you're right back at the lift. Go do it again.
so everyone partying. You're just
Oh yeah.
a little Hollywood lap there. And then in that time, are you doing any contests?
I was. I think I did my first contest at 12, and it's kind of funny. I was competing with like Brock Crouch, Judd Henkes, some of the guys who are now like big names. No, not Cleveland, but these kids were like 9, 10 years old at the time. I was, I don't know, 13, 14. And a couple years later, they're out here at the Olympics and really showing off. So it was cool to see.
Dude, that's a scene. And then I kind of mentioned it in the intro, but you're living in Sandpoint now?
I am, yeah. I just moved to Sandpoint October 25.
Okay. So you're just kind of hanging out there, working up there.
Yeah, I'm up at Schweitzer working. I was actually working for Schweitzer last year remotely. So I was in Wallace. I've been going to Wallace since 2019 for the summer. I moved to Wallace full time in 2021. And just this last year, I was still living in Wallace, just working for Schweitzer remotely. So I would go up every 2 weeks and hang out for a couple of days and work.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I got the opportunity to go up there full time.
Sick. It's a good program.
Yeah. Let's get into the time in Reno. How about how was that? Was that you were in college down there? You said.
Yeah. So after high school in SoCal, we moved up to. I actually lived outside of Reno in Incline Village in the Nevada corner of North Lake. We're going to Sierra Nevada College. It was a private university. It's actually not a school anymore. They got bought out by the University of Nevada, and now it's just one of their satellite campuses. But yeah, a small private school.
Where were you going to school for?
Actually, I was going to go for environmental science, but the science majors had to do class on Fridays, and I had to work. I had to pay for school, so I worked on Friday. So I switched to international business.
Damn.
But yeah. I didn't want to go, but my parents were professors, and they had worked enough time to get a tuition deal at their school in California. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go to college at all, but they had a way, like a reciprocal agreement, to where I could go to Tahoe for somewhat of a deal. So I said, "Oh, let's go to snowboard college."
Yeah. That's it.
So, but you lived in Reno.
So yeah, I did 3 years there. I was tired of it, so I finished in 3 years, and then I moved to Reno and spent 3 years down there.
Gotcha. Okay. What were the spots in Tahoe that you like to hit for riding?
I don't know if I can give away all the secrets.
What about maybe the mountains?
Secrets in
Not the
Tahoe?
runs, but like
Yeah, definitely Squaw. Most insane terrain anywhere. And at the time, some of the most insane parks, too.
Palisades? No.
Yeah, they call it Palisades now.
They have like college hookups and stuff, I'm guessing.
They did. I ended up working. I bought a college pass there 1 year and then ended up working there. And I worked there for 7 years, so I had a pass to work. But also Boreal for park laps. That was at Squaw.
Okay.
And then Diamond Peak. I know all my Tahoe people know. It's kind of a local gem.
Yeah.
Or Sierra. Sierra's really cool, too.
Dude.
But it's a cool mountains. It just depends what you want to do and what the snow is looking like.
when you were down there, did you have a crew down there?
I was mostly riding with like free doggers only. So like Tony was there at the time.
That was the name of the crew?
Mm-hmm.
Free doggers only.
Free doggers only. Look him up on Instagram, YouTube.
That's sick.
D is a buddy kind of in charge of that. He makes all kinds of cool merch and hoodies and hats and gloves.
So
and
still
whatever
going.
else. Still going.
Right on. Yeah, we'll give them a follow.
So yeah, they're still kicking. They're making all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, we'd be riding with them, doing some street stuff. I didn't really do much POW or big mountain stuff back then, so it was mostly just jibbing in town when we could.
Were you hitting the casinos in Reno at all? What'd you
For
think?
sure, yeah. Yeah.
Any stories?
Not too crazy. We didn't really win too big in Reno. Most of the big money was like backyard games. Like there's some secret games we used to play. I don't know if I can talk about that on air, but
Shit, I'm intrigued.
This
sounds
You
sick.
can. We want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
All our listeners want to know.
I mean, is it just kind of like maybe, you know, like when the Jib Junk boys are at the house and you're playing, or are you
they
going to
don't
like
play for real money. They play for like $20.
Oh, are you're going to like Uncle Vinny's and like everybody knows like the three knocks?
The biggest poker night I've had was this secret game in Wallace with local business owners. And these guys are all like 60, 70-year-old retirees. They got plenty of money. So I sat down.
Is this media training? Did you just divert into Wallace from Reno?
Well, he wants to talk about gambling.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Reno gambling's fun, but you're just making pocket money. But anyways, so my dad plays this game, and he invites me when I'm visiting for the first summer, like 2019. And they're like, "Oh yeah, your young kid wants to play? Sure." And I go sit down, and I just got handed to nuts every time, cards after cards after cards. And I'm like playing these old guys, and they're like, "There's no way." They think I'm bluffing, and I end up winning $1,500 in like 30 minutes. And these guys are mad. They're like, "What's going on? Like, this is not right."
Yeah.
And my dad's like, "If you want to go, like, let's get out of here." So I played a couple more hands. I'm like, "All right, guys, see you later." And they still keep inviting me back to this game. I played a couple more times, but
Dude, they want their money
So-
back.
yeah,
That's
they want the
why.
money back.
So we talk about honing the skills. What's that word you read again? At Mountain High. But where'd that gambling? Where'd those skills come in?
My dad used to host a poker night at our house in Wrightwood, California. So I don't know how this group came together, but it was all kinds of random dudes, and they were willing to lose their money. So I didn't win much money there, but that's how I learned how to play.
So he's like, dude, great. I moved up here and I get to snowboard all the time, and I get to play some cards with Dad and the boys.
Mm-hmm. And then Reno, we'd play like house games for fun. Casinos are tricky because some people really know what they're doing. That's their full-time job is hanging out at the poker table. So you get hustled for sure.
And that was your game, poker. It was kind of.
Yeah, the casino in Reno, we would mostly play blackjack, but
I have
I'd
some
rather play
memories of
poker.
the casinos in Reno. It's just $5 tables and.
yeah, the tables there are fun. I remember one of my favorites was a $1 roulette. So you go throw $4 down, and all your buddies could do the same bets, and you're hitting 32 to ones off $1, and you could sit there all day and make $100.
Yeah.
Reno, underrated city for the casinos. It's
Yeah,
a lot
they give you
cheaper
the
than
free
Vegas.
We had a fun bachelor party down there, and we was the year when the fires were really bad, but golfed, and like our buddy was just crushing on the craps table.
Mm-hmm.
It was one where he was like, I remember he had chips, and he's like, here's like $20,000 worth of chips. Watch these while I go play this other table. And our buddy Rich and I were like, what do we do? What do we do with all this money? Drinks. Who wants some drinks? I'm like, I'm good at that. You win the money, I'll do the drinks. That's rad. So, sorry, yeah, just kind of going back. That's pretty wild. I would like to know more. Maybe off air you can tell us about the Reno.
We didn't go too crazy, but it's 24 hours, so sometimes you get in there and you wouldn't realize what time it was. You walk out and the sun is coming up and the birds are chirping.
Yeah.
And you gotta go to work the next day. But
What was your move in the summertime out there? Did you stay like all year long? And
I only did, I think, 2 summers there because then I started coming to Wallace every summer.
Okay.
But summer there, go hit the river, float the river, skate.
Did you graduate then?
I graduated in 2018.
Dude, congrats.
Thanks. Bachelor's
Yeah.
of Global Business Management.
Dude, that's dirty, man.
No one's ever asked to see my diploma, though. Just for anyone thinking about going to college.
But hey,
Schweitzer didn't ask to see it. And
No way. No one's asked.
I want to see it. Show me.
Put it on the wall in the studio.
That's it.
we'll post it on the post for this.
Yeah,
video.
you need to show us that your graduation pic, and if you don't have one, you're gonna recreate one.
I do. It's bad. You don't want to see it.
All right, so we'll just recreate one. We'll give you some time though. You got a couple months.
Okay.
all right, from gambling to snowboarding. Let's talk about maybe some trips you've taken recently. I know that you went up north first of the year. What couple mountains did you go up there?
So I made a couple of Canada trips this year. Actually, I haven't been to Canada except I went to Niagara Falls as a little kid. So this year, I moved so
international
close.
business is gonna pay off.
I guess Canada. They wish they were American, but Lake Louise, super cool, scenic, a lot of big open bowls, pretty steep chutes and cliffs. Super cool mountain. I would recommend it to anyone.
Were you up there the same time as like when was it Frank and Michael were up there too? Did you overlap those guys?
The day I left, Mike showed up, and I randomly bumped into him in the lodge.
Oh, that's wild.
And they stayed, and it was so good. Then Frank decided to come after seeing us up there.
Yeah.
But they scored. I mean, we all scored. It was good.
Yeah, because it was not snowing here, and you were.
Dude, that was such a good.
Yeah, I think it was raining here.
Yeah.
Of course. Probably a windstorm.
But it's cool. It's not that hard to get up there. It's pretty
Yeah.
close by.
That's it.
And if you have Icon Pass, you get 5 or 7 days up there. So. And then
How do I
next
get
one
an
is
Icon
Rebel Stone.
Pass?
Yeah, let's give a little
Shout out to your
yeah, give-
commercial.
So I've been, for the listeners, I've been selling Icon Passes since they became a thing in 2018 with Altera. So at the time I was working at Squaw Valley running sales, and they came out, and I've been selling them every year ever since. So
if you want to help the kid out, we'll try to get a link up there, and that way they can, if you're gonna buy
I'll
through,
sell you one for sure.
yeah, buy through Nick, so we can help each other out.
Then they can stop asking me for free tickets too, because they'll have their own passes.
But back to it, support Nick.
So from Canada, and then I know you took another trip to Japan.
Yeah. So after that, I went to Revelstoke. I think 2 weeks later. Did
Oh.
4 or 5 days there.
That looked like
Somehow scored.
a
again.
honeypot of a
Somehow
store.
ran into Mike in the lodge again. But yeah, Revelstoke's good.
Social media, I think it's so funny that you're not tracking on each other there.
Funny thing, actually, yesterday he was asking me where I was at because he's at Lake Louise, and
Yeah,
he
I
said
know.
he was expecting to bump into me.
It's so awesome.
I wasn't there,
Meet you in the lodge.
just randomly. But after that, I went to Japan end of January for 2 weeks, and just dumped like 2 feet a day the entire time. I was chin deep in
Yeah.
powder. It was almost too much to where if you stop or you get stuck in the flat spot, you're swimming out of there. So I just tried not to stop and just kept my momentum going.
Did you ever swim?
I didn't have to swim too much. There was this one gal we ended up riding with who fell in a hole. So she fell. There's all kinds of hazards out there, but she fell in this hole that went to a culvert that went under the road and dumped out into this river. And she was in this hole probably 20 feet deep and was crawling, trying to grab branches to get out of there. And she was stuck in there for like an hour trying to get out.
That's crazy.
So,
Any trip tips of where did you ride?
Wait, sorry. But did you
Oh.
pull up and then like help her out of this hole? Is that
So we just randomly ran into her, and she was we were doing like a buddy system, and she was riding with my buddy Blake, and Blake left her. So no one actually knew she was in the hole, and like an hour later she came out. But, so I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
But
So
she's
the-
okay.
it's a
She's
happy
okay.
ending, man. That's
She's
good.
fine.
So it was a
That's
loose
good.
buddy system, is what it was.
I don't know what his deal was that day, but it wasn't my buddy.
No friends, no friends on powder. Even
But
your
yeah,
buddies?
definitely have a buddy in sight if you're gonna
Yeah.
go when it's deep like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry to cut you off. I had more questions.
No, that's
about
good. That was solid.
You wanted to know how she got out of the hole.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
That's crazy.
I think
Oh,
Jeff was talking about like what mountains.
Did you
we ended up doing like 8 or 9 mountains.
Yeah.
So
a full tour kind of?
yeah, we stayed on the main island. I know a lot of people like to go to Hokkaido, but since we were only there for 2 weeks, we didn't want to waste 2 whole days flying to Hokkaido and back.
Mm-hmm.
So we did like Hakuba area, Miyako, Shikokogen. I'll let you guys all figure out the specific resorts there, but pretty easy to get to. Fly to Tokyo, take a hour and a half bullet train.
Yep.
Get off the train and it's deep.
Yeah, so you were there. Our buddy Carl was there. I don't know if you know Carl Montoya. And he was just our last guest on. Same thing. He was there for a month. And just
He extended
I think-
his trip.
Yeah,
'cause
extended
it
his trip
was
because
so
it just
good.
kept dumping.
Did you have that trip planned for a while, or was that kind of just like last minute?
It was random. We booked it 6 months ahead.
Oh shit! So you guys
It
scored.
just happened to dump. But while we were there, I was talking to some local guys, and I was saying, "Yeah, this is a pretty good season for you guys, right?" And he was like, "This is every year for us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though this year the media and the forecasters were talking about how crazy it was, I guess that's pretty typical to just get a lot of snow.
I would agree with that. I think especially because we were getting 0, and everybody was just itching, and it was like, what a better time to go if you've never been than to go now. And and even if I think if you would have not planned it, price wise, it's not as expensive as people think it is.
Yeah, it's not bad. I booked a flight to meet up with my old roommate Blake at LAX because he lives down there. So I paid like $800 round trip. He was like $600 round trip out of LAX, and the rest of our group was like $700.
Yeah.
Really not bad. And everything's cheap when you get there. So
Yeah, that's what people, I think, the misconception. If you're staying in Tokyo, I think that can be a little different, but that's any big city. And then like Brennan, our producer, was just there as well. So a lot of friends were there in the last.
yeah,
last
I'd
month,
recommend
month
it.
and a half.
And
you
you
look-
don't need to know Japanese either. It's pretty easy to get around with English.
Yeah, now.
Do people day trip from Tokyo to like ski and then come back for the day?
Yeah,
For sure.
That's crazy.
yeah, because I was there 20 years ago, and then Jeff and I went like 10 years ago. And it's,
That is funny concept though, because when you get on the public transit with your board bags
Right,
and
yeah.
whatnot, everyone's staring at you like
bet.
this stupid foreigner. But
Taking
is
up
true.
extra space.
yeah, you should see us when we were rolling our roller bags around, and then you're crossing the street, and then there's like real life Mario Kart. I don't know if you saw that when you're in Tokyo, but everyone's like in the like carts from Mario, and it's so sick.
yeah, it's cool to just see too.
It is a great spot. You're talking about boards. Did you just bring one?
I actually brought 2 because my buddy doesn't really ride POW, so we needed a POW board. So I brought mine. he ended up riding it. And then, I just rode one board mostly. I have a Nitro Quiver,
Yeah.
160, just big powder. Actually, it's kind of all mountain board, but I set it all the way back.
Quiver series.
Didn't touch anything else the whole time.
Didn't touch any rails there?
Oh, I touched some rails.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some parks. It's kind of crazy to have parks when they get so much snow and they somehow rake them out and set them up overnight. So I think the Northwest could take some notes from them about doing that. But well, yeah, they figured it out.
That's what I was wondering if you brought a jib board.
No, my buddy almost convinced me to, but I already had 2 boards in my board bag. I wasn't going to bring a third. And we didn't ride any street anyway. No one had shovels or anything.
We maybe needed shovels to shovel out of spots, but if you're just taking the train everywhere, then
Yeah, we did have a rental car for the last week, and yeah, we were constantly shoveling the driveway to get it out of there.
And did you just have one home spot, I guess, that
I
you
think
stayed
we
at?
ended up staying at like 5 or 6 different places. So we did a lot of bouncing around. But since it was all of our first times, we were kind of just scoping it out. So now we kind of did like a recon mission to know like next time, okay, this is what we're gonna do and this is where we're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Everyone that goes to Japan, we usually ask, "What did you have any good food? Any
For
favorite
sure.
foods?"
It's kind of funny. I wasn't even thinking about that, and we were just thinking about riding POW. And then some of our group was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to have food in Japan." I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that we're gonna have some good food this whole time."
Did you?
So yeah, sushi, ramen, sake.
We had like ramen in the lodge at one of our places. That was like one of the best ramen we had the whole time.
Yeah, we were having
I can't
Wagyu
remember what it was.
beef and all that, and it's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks there, right?
Don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Mammoth or something instead.
You got anything else?
If you could describe the snow there, you said it was really deep, but is there any other?
Blower, Champagne, even.
And what about the terrain? Because we talked about a flat spot. I think that's one thing we haven't really discussed with.
It's not very steep.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is comparable to, like, a lot of the good zones we were really scoring in were comparable to tree riding around here, where it's steep, there's tight trees, you're whacking branches, you're riding with your hand in front of your face, like you've ridden with Frank the Tank. That's how he rides. So same kind of thing, but it wasn't like you're riding open bowls like Lake Louise, for example, or Revelstoke. It's all tight. Which I guess there are some steeper, bigger zones, but a lot of that's side country or back country.
Yeah.
We were mostly staying to the resorts.
Yeah.
Were you ducking ropes or anything? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty scary because there's been a lot of incidents of people getting hurt or stuck. So you got to be careful, but if you know where you're going, then we would do it.
Yeah.
We ended up scoring this one zone where you duck the rope, and I don't know if any of the listeners might know, but it's under the gondola line at Hakuba Goryu, where you have your classic Japanese avalanche fence, and they were all filled in, so you just had pillow line after pillow line after pillow line, and then it got steep and into this gully, and you got to cross the water and get out of there. And we were like, well, it's awesome, let's go ride. But apparently, if you get caught ducking that rope, they ban you for life from the resort.
Yeah.
But we did it, and no one told us not to do it, so it's
Hey.
fun.
Yeah. Little, I think, different rules there because we ducked a rope one time and these guys got chased. I don't know if you were with me. I was in the front, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But also the inbounds when those ropes is also like they're out of bounds. I think we've talked about it before, but like similar to Jackson Hole, it's like you're on the resort and then all of a sudden it's like you leave here, like even though it's inbounds on the resort, like
You're on your own.
yeah, you're definitely on
Like,
your own.
the patrollers won't get you.
No.
Even though it's within the resort.
Yeah.
You're just on your own. So we had a couple of times where we, rode too far, had to boot pack our way out. So we're waist deep trudging through the snow to get back out of there, which isn't fun, but
It's part of the game.
turns are worth it.
Nice, great stories.
Yeah, we tried to get a guide too, but the weeks we went are kind of peak season there. So by the time we had looked into it, everything was pretty booked up.
I think
So
that
I would try and get a guide if you ever wanted to go or you have friends who want to go.
Yeah, we got a guide our first day there.
yeah, I would echo that. Yeah, getting a guide. Same thing when we went to like South America. Carl actually had known some people, so we actually had hookups with guides in that way. And the guy that we had, his name was Nauto or Now. And we've had other friends that have used him when they've gone over. We were on the North Island, but even just kind of getting the lay of the land and like one place where we went in that Kiroro At the time, you had to pay extra money to go in the backcountry, and you had to have a special pass to get in there, which we wouldn't have known if we were going there. So just need a little inside tips that you can get from a local. But sounds like you did it right, so it's so sick that you made the trip.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
This time, we are going to give official shout out to Uprise Brewery.
Thank you, Uprise.
Support our community, support local, support Uprise Brewing. I'm going to say stay thirsty, my friends. That also has a playback to Dos Equis and the most magical man in the room.
All right, let's get into current life, or well, actually not current life because you're in Sandpoint, but how about living in Wallace and the community there? How did that come about?
So my parents bought a property there. I don't know if you guys have ridden up there yet, but basically my dad wanted some property to ski on, and it was steep and it snows there, so they bought this property. They had some things going on in the state of California, so they had to shut down their business there, had to reinvest some money, so they bought the land up there and a building and ended up moving there. But they moved there because of this property. Steep hill, go ski however much you want. It's really steep, really technical.
Just like hiking or
we'll take side by side up, but eventually we'll have a cat. And I do have a rope tow actually. Shout out to Brady, Sticky Wicket.
Oh yeah,
this is kind of a sidebar. I don't know how we got in this, but
he's a
Snow skater.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
respect the skate.
yeah. Just learn that. Shout out, brother.
dang.
But long story, basically he gave me a rope tow. It was actually the rope tow from the Bear Creek Lodge at Mount Spokane.
Okay.
Just to summarize, his girlfriend was the volunteer coordinator for the state park. The state park bought Bear Creek Lodge,
Yep.
shut down the tubing, and they told her to hire a crew of volunteers to haul the rope tow to the dump. So
What?
So Brady called me. I showed up with the trailer and took the rope tow home. So it needs a new
Dude.
motor. We'll have the rope tow Jib Park there soon, but so yeah, we'll have Jib Park. We'll have some cat tours and whatnot.
This is
And,
right outside of Wallace.
Yeah, it's right outside of Wallace, about a half mile from town. Sick
So-
dirt biking too. Moto.
So your dad talked about, because I'm going to jump in on this as well. So your dad talked about having a rope tow,
Mm-hmm.
and he said it's like this, killer backyard spot. But how many features? Because he was naming off a bunch of things. How many features do you have?
That's kind of funny because we store some jibs for Ski Wallace, a nonprofit that we're both on the board of that puts on Extreme Ski Jor. So we have their jibs. There's like 20-foot flat box from Reno. There's a big rainbow rail. We have a down flat down rail and
I want to see if people
15-foot
actually make it over
flat
the rail.
bar. Yeah, if you've watched Ski Jor, you've probably seen the rails. And then I have some other stuff that's not really snowboard size, but he probably told you nothing about this. But I bought a skate park at a government auction a couple years ago, like an entire prefab skate park.
Random.
This is learning new things.
Dude, learning
so
this.
random.
Exactly, dude.
We're learning a lot of
I'm
things
telling
in
you,
this
like,
condensed time right now.
Freaking
but-
dose of keys, motherfucker.
Long story, but yeah, there's all kinds of like little flat bars and pyramid box, and it's an entire skate park. So all that kind of stuff you could turn into snowboard features, but
Yeah. So that'd be good for Jeff and I then.
yeah, I have a rail that's like this tall. You could hit it.
The old man, get the old man on it. I did hit the Girls Gone Metal,
So yeah,
50-50,
Damn.
I haven't hit
like
it.
Grease.
I didn't see
one.
the vid.
Yeah. Well, I was too scared. I was just going to fall off. I didn't want to do the video.
Nobody got follow cam of it.
No. Next time.
But skate park was kind of random. I've always been into like flipping and hustling stuff, so I browsed government auctions, and one day I just saw skate park system, and I clicked on it, and it's like all deconstructed in pallets, and I could kind of see like, okay, there's a rail here, there's a quarter pipe looking thing here, no description. It was down in Oregon, just across from Tri-Cities. So I'm like, I'm a skateboarder, I'm just gonna bid on this. So I ended up winning it for way less than the scrap value is even worth. So I'm like, okay, win-win. Take this.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at maybe donating it to somewhere or selling it because I don't have a big tennis court, basketball court to put it on. But right now it's still just sitting on pallets.
What about kind of going back to the snow skaters? They do the thing at Silver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be maybe potentially something that you could Because feature-wise, I'm assuming like a skate-style feature might be more beneficial to those guys too.
It's perfect size for a snow skate.
So, I mean, that could be something that maybe comes up next year to give them a little something else to do or shake up, or I don't know. That's
Yeah.
sick.
But yeah, if anyone listening has a piece of pavement somewhere they want to put a skate park on, let me know.
So how did the ski jor come about?
That came about because I wasn't there when it started, but it was thanks to Ryder Gautreau, who just passed. So rest in peace, Ryder. He big cowboy, and he wanted to do a ski joring style event, but knowing the Silver Valley, he wanted it to be a little more exciting with motorized. So normal ski joring, you're towed behind a horse. He was like, let's do this behind quads or side by sides. So I guess he kind of got it started. So we closed the street down. You tow in behind a tracked ATV. And now, since I've been a part of it, it's like a slope style kind of course. So you tow in, drop the rope, hit a jump, and then hit a couple rails. Because it's a flat street, so you don't really have any speed. You have to tow into it. So I joined in 2021. So I guess this has been our 6th year putting it on. So I oversee the course construction and the competition. So format of what events we're going to do, who's going to judge it, who's going to build it, and then just make sure it all works.
How many years has it been going on total? Do you
I
know?
think this is the 9th year, I want to say.
Wow.
I started in 21. There were a couple years before that. But, yeah, it gets better every year.
Yeah, we all went out this year and hung out, and it's dude, it's a show.
It's fun.
So impressed with the dismal winter we've had. That
Yeah, people
You
didn't
guys-
think it was going to happen. And then we got out there, and my crew started moving snow. And we're like, we're going to be able to make this happen. And no one believed us. And everyone still asks, so where did you guys get the snow? It's from the city of Wallace. It's from plowing the streets in the winter. Like, the ski resorts don't help us. Lookout doesn't sponsor us. Silver doesn't sponsor us. No one wants to give us snow. No one wants to do anything. So we put it all together on our own, pretty much.
most people I talk to, it's like their number one highlight of Wallace is the ski jor that I've been to. It's I don't
It's
feel
the
like
best time to go.
it's dictated by the weather too, unfortunately. So like this past winter it rained a little bit, so
Yeah,
turnout's gonna
it
be
rained.
lower.
It rained. Yeah, we heard the turnout was the lowest it's been in years, but there was still
There's
a
the people
ton
there.
of people.
Yeah,
The spectators were still pretty high. We had less competitors, but I think a lot of that is people from out of state who would normally come, figured there's no snow, it's not going to happen, so they didn't come. But so most of the competitors were local inland Northwest people, which was cool because it gave them a chance to shine.
How much money do you guys give away?
It's funny because I've been in the board meetings every year and I've proposed more and more money. So when I first started, we were giving away $1,500, and at this point, we're gonna make $10,000 a year.
Yeah, it's been going up every year.
Every year I say, hey, I think let's make a motion to give away some more money, and everyone rolls their eyes and groans, but we end up making it happen. So, but the event's entirely funded by donations and nonprofit. So if anyone wants to support, keep it going, become a sponsor. We could put a link in the description or something.
Let's do it.
random question, kind of off the cue here, but how is the adjustment from like Tahoe, California to Wallace? Was that kind of like a culture shock
It was
living
awesome,
in Wallace, or
because the time. Well, I'd been coming to Wallace since 2019, just for the summers to work, and then I moved. I came in 2021, which everything was still shut down in Nevada, and came up here, and everything is normal life. So I ended up staying, and I'd bought a house here, and I decided I'm not gonna go back to Reno. I'm gonna stay here. So
we call some good timing right there too, you know?
it was awesome. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. You had to wear a mask everywhere you go, and then as soon as you cross the Idaho border, you're back to real life. So that kind of sealed the deal. I said, well, I don't want to go back to any of that nonsense.
And that's that when you opened your bicycle business.
That was started by my dad in 2018, I believe. And it got too busy for him. He's trying to retire. So I took over 2019. So my job, I would work at Squaw in the winter. I would have a couple months off in the summer and come up to Wallace and run the e-bike business and then go back to Tahoe. And then after 2021, I said, I'm not going to go back. I'll just stay here.
Is there another family business in Wallace too?
Oh, my parents are involved in some businesses. They got a Cogs Gastropub. It's probably the most prominent one. I don't know if you guys have hung out there much.
Good
But
spot. Karaoke nights.
Yeah,
I've
restaurant.
been there for
bar.
a couple karaoke nights.
I bet you have.
Karaoke's good. Beer's cold.
It's a good spot.
It's a cool spot to hang
Cool.
out. Yeah.
It's cool, like bike themed bar in Wallace, and
Yeah, if you stop by Wallace, it's right off of the Business Loop by 90. Stop by, go get a soda if you're on a road trip. If you go to Glacier or something, it's right on the way.
yeah, for anybody
Check it out.
listening that's never been to Wallace, it's definitely a must see place and must check out place. Very unique community, and you and your family have added a lot to that community too. So it's really cool to see.
And a lot of people just stop by and then they say, I love this place. I want to move here. Or I'm going to come back every year. So I think if you're a listener and you decide to do what Ryan's saying, you probably end up staying longer than you think.
Yeah, or even just like the day trips of going to look out, taking the time to stop in, hang out
Yeah, it's a good pit stop.
for sure. What do you got?
It's the center of the universe. That's for sure.
Let me help you out here.
Turn the page.
Yeah, we're right here for you.
Oh, my favorite questions.
What are you guys drinking over there? We're drinking we have some new beers in here.
This is a science fiction hazy IPA by Uprise Brewing.
And then what was the other one? The slow motion.
Slow motion. That's what I was drinking for.
Which one do you guys think's better for the hazy?
I'm still on my first one. I don't know, but I'll report back to you after the show.
I'm liking the science fiction right now. It's a little, just a little lighter, a little nicer.
Kind of tropical.
Yeah,
Fruity?
Yeah, a little
Beachy.
fruity.
Beachy.
It's pretty Cali beer, I would say.
Can you get those at the brewery?
You can get those at the brewery.
Really good.
Nice. Well, how about we ask you about your snowboarding, your setup that you ride right now, your daily driver.
The daily, that's hard. It really depends. I'm kind of a quiver guy now. I hate to say it.
Let's just move into that.
You were on before you get there. But you rode, I feel like, one board pretty religiously.
I was riding the Wizard
Oh,
Stick, Dinosaurs Will
yeah,
Die Wizard
yes.
Stick for probably 6 years.
And they always
That
have
board's awesome.
The new graphics are sick.
Their graphics are always the best. The Wizard Stick's sick. I was riding the 160 wide. Actually, I didn't get one this year, but I would recommend it. It's a hybrid camber directional board with pointy tip. So everyone asks, "Oh, what's the point of the shape?" But it rides like a regular snowboard. That's good for everything. But lately, I've been kind of doing more big mountain snow stuff. So I've been on some bigger, stiffer things. I got a Nitro dinghy from the Quiver Series 160 from 7B Board Shop with Rory. It's funny, I was in there for weeks and I was just chatting about, what about this board? What about that board? And we finally figured out, and those guys know exactly what they're talking about. Perfect sale. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. I love it. Carbs on groomers. I kind of struggle to find a good snowboard because I have wide feet. So I need the biggest size of any board. And this 160 is just wide enough, but it's not so wide that it's chunky.
You mean like you have a large like foot size?
Yeah.
Not just like a wide.
I have a 13 boot, so I need like the widest possible board.
You're also taller than I always imagined. How tall are you?
I'm
You're
like
6'1"?
6'1.5".
Oh, wow, that's good.
But yeah, wide. I ride the widest of anything.
Yeah.
I was riding a horse board for jibbing. I don't know if the listeners might know. If you've heard of Sandwich, they make some super cool snowboard videos of jibbing around Oregon and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they started making snowboards. So it's kind of just basic, regular snowboard, but they have funny graphics. So got one of those last summer.
Yeah,
Jibby, soft.
We circled back with Isaac, Stray Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on it. He's got the Red Rocket. I've got the P2P. It's like the LimeWire collab.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember LimeWire, like torrenting
I definitely do.
bootleg movies and albums and whatnot. But,
Music. It's all music.
but yeah, that's a fun one.
So wider board for under your feet. Then what kind of boots are you riding?
I've been wearing Vans. I think I'm going to switch it up here. I might try some new things, but I've been rocking Vans for a while. The High Country is what I've been wearing. It's like their stiffest all lace boot. There's no boa. I've had probably a dozen pairs of boa boots, and every single one of them's broken. So everyone says they keep getting better, but I've yet to see that for myself. So I'm going to stay lace for now.
Nice. What bindings?
I was riding for fixed bindings for the last 7 years. It's funny because I still have the first pair of bindings they gave me, still rocking. But
Ooh, that's good. Jeff and
bindings are bindings.
Jeff and I blow through bindings. Well,
I like
Ryan's
the
doing
fixes.
the same thing.
Everyone out here
Mine are
rides
still
unions, which is cool, but I don't know. I used to, and I was tired of going to the rental shop every day to go get spare parts. So I got on the
That's
fixes.
me
and
once,
never went back.
once or twice a year. So
But do you know what bindings you have right now?
yeah. Mark Carter's.
Nice, nice. You
that
know that,
Arbor?
but do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You helped him out. He probably
Yeah,
did.
thank
He
you.
probably.
He's been coached for a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, because I think we're probably just hard on gear because we ride so much. Not just saying that's us, but just majority of us who are riding, 60 days out of the year. But I haven't seen as many people riding those bindings. So you're saying you got them however many years ago, 6-7 years ago, and they're still hold up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got my first pair 2018, and I still have them set up. They're actually on my Orca. Shout out, Rory gave me the Orca as well.
Did we? Yeah, we potted
And,
up. We had one run.
If anyone's trying to find their pod, come find me and T on the
That was one run, and then Frank the Tank.
Yeah, that
Made
was
it-
unfortunate.
Made it a short day
an
for
unfortunate day.
our pod to get together.
But yeah, bindings are bindings. If anyone wants to send me some bindings, I'll give them a try. I'm not really opposed to anything. I just tried a pair of Karakoram, which they've always made split bindings, but now they have a solid binding. So shout out to Josh for sending those over. They're super sick. They weigh nothing. You can lift them up with one finger. So I'm excited to put some miles on those.
You haven't tried them yet at all?
Oh, I've tried them.
Okay.
I haven't put them through the ringer yet, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But they're handmade in Washington, so
Yep.
that's cool.
Sick.
See if you can break them.
Speaking of split board bindings,
too. Yeah.
are you split boarding? Because if you guys
Nope.
family has that was awesome. That was
Hard
quick.
no.
That was quick. That was a quick. No.
I bought a split board like 3 years ago, and it sat in my closet in the plastic for like 2 years. And I said, "Why am I holding this? I should just sell it." So
Have you sold it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say Ryan's.
It was a sick board. I'm thinking about getting another one of the same thing, but
Just let it sit. just let it
For
collect
3
dust.
years
collect
in the
dust.
closet.
I
One day you'll
would.
get into cardio and you're gonna be like, yeah, let's go splitting.
No, I'm not opposed to cardio, but I did my AV1 years ago. I just did snowshoes. Throw the board on the back.
Did you do that up here?
That was in Tahoe.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff and I got ours. I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to split boarding. I just thought I would be a split boarder and never did it.
Yeah, I see both sides of it. There's times where I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I want to do more of it. And other times we're not even 100 yards in. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, what am I doing? We still have 2 hours before we're even going to swap.
Yeah.
I'd rather ride a rope tow or a chairlift or snowmobile, but
Yeah.
to each their own.
What, kind of circling back with that, you were talking about having, was it like a binding, like full sponsorship, or was it like flow or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the website and catalog and all that. They've kind of had some shakeups with team managers, and I don't know. The industry is full of drama, but I like the bindings. So
And was there anyone else that you were up for or rode for?
I rode for Dinos for a little while. I rode for this outerwear company out of Korea called BS Rabbit for like 8 years. But this year I'm kind of a free agent, so I've been having a lot of fun just riding for myself and just riding whatever I want to ride. Just sick.
No pressure.
No pressure. Don't have to post anything. Don't have to sign any forms. Just ride what you want to ride.
Dude, again, learning lots of new information.
Yeah, I got my first sponsor at 13, I want to say. In SoCal, there was this company called Wrong Gear. They made these super tall tee hoodies with the big long sleeves with the thumb hole in them.
Oh, thumb hole. I mean, that's a sell.
Like T-shirt down to your knees. So I'll send you an old clip or
Okay,
something.
we need some old footage of this.
So, were you on the Skittle swag too? Were you like purple?
I wasn't quite that skittled out, but I had this pair of like tan snow pants that were so big for me, and I would wear those with a big baggy knee-length shirt, and that was the swag in SoCal at the time,
Oh yeah.
Heavy.
like 2010 to 2013 or so.
I can get on. I mean,
Yeah.
each
It's
their
coming back,
own. But
actually.
that was a
It
little
is
too
coming
big.
back.
I think it was a lot for our area. It was a lot. The skiers were like that, not necessarily the snowboarders.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It was definitely a thing for skiers to have the big tall tees,
yeah,
but they pull it off better than snowboarders, I think.
yeah, I would agree. I like a little oversized fit. But
I feel like for me, like the SoCal scene was like tall tees and then also like headphones. Like these people are always like to rock like the big headphones.
And then
Bandana.
just watching the headphones slide behind them as they're being dragged. Like, anyway. What about, some projects that you've been working on? So standout part and fuck you, pay me. That was such a fun video that we went and watched. And but I would like to kind of hear more of like what you've been working on. What did you work on, I guess, during that time? Who else maybe were you filming with? And then you had one clip that, kind of went viral through that. So maybe you could walk us through the last couple of years. And
I've really just been doing the Jib Junk thing with Jack and the boys since I moved here. So we did Gas Pack Johnson, which came out in 22, I believe. Dive Bar came out in 23. And then the latest one was a 2-year project.
mm-hmm.
So did what I could for those. I've had some clips and other little videos here and there, like some of the pay the rent videos. Free Doggers, we never really did like a full movie, but we'd come out with edits here and there. So those were sick. That was all Tahoe stuff. But yeah, I got some stuff for the new video. I don't know if we're doing a 1 year. It's probably gonna be a 2-year project because we had no snow this year. But I know Jack and the boys, Jib Junk went to Alaska, got a bunch of footage. So sick for them. I couldn't swing it. I just got back from Japan. Had to go to work.
Rough.
But yeah, they scored. So
this would have been a good year to do a street trip on the East Coast. I'm hoping that there's gonna be some good parts coming out from like New York and shit.
Yeah,
like
from what I've been hearing, there's a lot of guys that were over there.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry to. I was just.
I guess
Spewing off my brain.
kind of think about that. Like, were you more down to think of like, hey, let's go ride some POW in Japan than like maybe potentially going on the street trip? Like, where are you at?
I mean, I'm stoked to do it all. Like, ideally, you can do it all on the same trip, but I've been talking about going to Japan for probably forever. It just hasn't worked out. And then this summer, my buddy Blake said, hey, let's book flights to Japan. So we just did it and locked ourselves in July or August. And, yeah, did that. I'll probably do that every year now. But besides that, I'm happy to film some street.
Yeah.
It's just, that's a lot more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the snow, and then you need a crew, and then if you're traveling, you're going to need a car and shovels, and there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, a lot more than people think.
And you have to do a lot more research. I don't think people realize you can go to the sickest street spot, but if you don't know what someone has already done on it trick-wise, you can waste your whole day doing something that's already been done. So you also need to have, like, your local guy who knows, okay, you can't do this because this guy did it, and you can't do that, so do this. Otherwise, you could waste your whole thing. So there's more that goes into it than people think, for sure.
And I would definitely say the etiquette with like Jib Junk is in that way. They're not going to just repeat a rail and just regardless of being there.
But the street etiquette's kind of funny. There's all kinds of unwritten rules, like some of the obvious stuff of like take the snow off the stairs when you're done, clean it up, make it look like you were never there. That's how you get the spot ruined for everyone else if you leave a big pile of ice in the stairway.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we kind of do it is we kind of do a rotation. So let's say we have let's say we have a 10-day trip, 10 homies. Each homie's going to have 1 day to like, this is your day to do your thing. And if you get it done and you want to let someone else go, then they go. Or if you don't do it and the end of the day comes, you got to get to the end of the rotation. So kind of take turns. I like hitting a party spot where we can all do our own thing, but a lot of the times the spot you're doing kind of only calls for 1 or 2 tricks. So whoever's best equipped to do that.
Mm-hmm. And then also sometimes the feature kind of will dictate the way someone's natural riding.
With these guys, it's cool because it's a good mix of regular and goofy guys. So you can kind of look at a spot and say, okay, well, I'm goofy. I'm not going to be able to do what Owen or Ryan is going to do on it because they're regular.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a good crew.
Sick. I would like to talk a little about something you have with your Instagram, and it says 3 times most Cali border of the year. So I was wondering if you want to expand on that.
It's kind of a joke. So it's definitely a joke. It's not kind of a joke. It was so it's actually goes way back to our buddy Z, to Zach. Shout out Z Fried. I think he came up with it. He's the first person I heard say it, but it'd be a nice day out, and he'd say, "Oh, it's a Cali day. It's the most Cali day out here."
Yeah.
'Cause, like California, it's nice and it's sunny.
Yeah.
So I think he started saying that, and he's hilarious. So we would all laugh, and then some of us would start saying it, and then my buddy Ryan caught on to me saying it randomly, and he was like, "Oh, you're the most Cali border of the year." I was like, "Well, not just this year. I've been the most Cali border the last 3 years." So yeah, we kind of just made that up. But shout out to Ryan for coming up with that. Not this Ryan, other Ryan, but
Yeah.
I like this Ryan too.
That was pretty awesome.
Ryan, and you would always like, you'd be Instagram live. You're like, "Oh, this is Cali day," and it's just pissing rain.
Oh yeah,
Schweitzer.
yeah. We would do some trolling for sure.
Yeah.
I love to do a little trolling. Anyone that knows me knows we do some
That's
trolling.
good.
And then kind of to round this out, kind of like, the filming aspect and talking about some contests. But you just competed recently at the Rails for Ales in Wenatchee, and you've been successful there in years past, and again this year. Maybe share a little about that and anything else that contests that you've done up here since you've been up here.
Yeah, so I haven't been competing much lately. I used to compete a lot in college, go to nationals and doing slopestyle and that kind of thing. But if you're not in a league or circuit, you don't really have competitions like that nowadays. So it's really just rail jams or community events. But I did Rails and Ales the last 2 years. I won both of those. This year I wanted to do the three-peat. Came down, wasn't able to put it together. I ended up with third, but the guy Shane won. He killed it. He's a new dad. Shout out to Shane. I'm sure he's hungry for the money to buy some diapers, but he killed it.
Yeah, he was over at the Ski Jor event.
Yeah, he I think he won Ski Jor too. So he's
No,
on
I know
the
he's
streak.
podium.
Damn.
So yeah, it's cool. Shout out to Clayton, all those guys that put that on. Super cool they're able to do it today or this year. It was 75 degrees out. They're building the course
crazy.
in the middle of the city. So
Great for viewership,
I don't know how they're able to do it, but they made it happen. So
Yeah.
respect.
dude.
But yeah, I like to compete for fun.
Respect.
I
to you.
think it'd be cool if we could see some more competition. So I don't know if any resort marketing events people are listening, but we could do a little more.
What about maybe if we had one like in town? I know Joel Barber has kicked that idea around of doing something that would be like similar to like, and I don't want to be putting words into his mouth, but kind of like a mini version of like, like what Red Bull does. So
We
doing
should.
something like that, especially like where the pavilion would be, there is a hill there,
I'd have
There's great
to help
viewership.
organize it, whatever it takes.
But I think something like that would be. They used to do it on New Year's. They had like the New Year's one. There used to be some stuff that would go on downtown and be kind of fun to bring something back.
Yeah, we
I think.
Yeah,
It just takes people
it
and
just
money.
it costs a lot of money, so I don't know who's gonna fund it, but if you fund it, I'm happy to help make it happen.
You're looking at you're asking the wrong guy.
I'm asking the listeners.
Wild Cannons will throw in a little sponsorship on.
Let's get local 77 throw some money in.
Dude, Jason, let's go, brother. All right, shifting gears a little bit. We're going to get into area that we call quick hitters. These are just 3 questions. You're supposed to answer them quickly, and there's only supposed to be 3 answers, not 4, 5, as some of our guests like to go into 6, and then explaining on and on. So it is 3. We'll start top 3 favorite pro snowboarders.
Top 3, my personal favorites.
Your personal favorites, anytime.
I'm gonna have to go. I don't think I can put them in order,
That's fine. Just top 3.
but let's go. You gotta go Mark McMorris. He's the GOAT,
Okay.
most decorated snowboarder of all
Dude,
time.
he's the GOAT.
But besides Mark, I gotta go Chris Bradshaw.
Ooh, Bradshaw's got some
Insane
swag.
style, inspirational for the youth.
Did Rose say that too?
He should have. I don't know what he said. But he should have.
Maybe. I can't
I'll
remember.
have to check my
And
notes.
shout out Jake Rose. My third pick's gonna be a signal rider, Jake OE.
Ooh.
Different style, but also
Yeah.
revolutionary. I know those
Very-
are kind of 3 picks that are all across the board, but they're all sick in their own way.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's right. I mean, they're pretty collective, actually.
Yeah. All right. Top 3 favorite people to get tuned up with.
To get tuned up with, huh? Probably Jack Powell. funny when it's funny when he did the podcast. He said I was the person out of the crew that parties the most, which he's actually wrong. I had to clear that up. He parties more than me. Actually, Travis parties harder than him, but
Dude,
Jack's
we need
more fun
Travis
to
on
party
here
with.
too.
Yeah, you got to get him out of the bar to do that.
It is a bar in here. We'll have whatever he wants.
But probably Jack, probably Matt Romanowitz, my boy from college.
All right.
He's always down to have a good time. I don't know. Third place, I want to tie all the homies, but I'll probably say Ethan Cofrancis. Local
yeah.
sleeper, local kid on the come up. He's been on a sick bender, so he's fun to have a couple beers with.
Dude, I love talking to him.
Ethan's man. Shout out Ethan.
Yeah, shout out to Ethan. Cheers, brother. We had a good conversation that sunny day was the back-to-back sunny days at Spokane.
Yeah, he's a dog.
For sure.
Maybe after you get tuned up with them, do you have 3 favorite gas station foods?
Ooh, I try not to eat gas station food, but probably the breakfast burritos from Maverick.
Moab.
Dude, we need to get
Maverick.
We need to get Maverick
sponsor.
to sponsor us.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
even
kidding
know
me?
what
Not
else.
at all.
Probably like a hot dog off the roller, maybe from 7-Eleven.
I think it sounds really
Pro
good.
Glizzy.
actually.
I like where
Not
it's
the
at.
taquitos though. I don't touch those, but just a hot dog off the roller.
Someone said taquitos
Yeah.
before. All right, what was your third one?
One more.
I have to pick something from Japan, like the onigiri or something. Sushi maybe. They got good gas station food in Japan.
Yep.
But I'd say the salmon and wasabi onigiri. Insane.
From a gas station.
Clutch.
Can you imagine getting that from a gas station in the U.S.?
Never.
Dude, I'd be like a card gold member. Well, thank you for sticking on track and just staying to 3. So that was good.
Nailed it.
I don't really eat much at the gas station, so
Me neither. There was something that someone was talking about, and Jeff and I, after the show, I was like, I still have no idea what they were talking about. Remember?
I
what it was?
remember
don't
that.
know.
It was
episode. I
peanut
don't know
butter
what they done.
something.
Combos.
Oh,
I don't know. Like,
you
Wasn't
didn't
it
know what the
combos?
combos were.
oh, but they were like the pretzel things.
Yeah, combos.
Yeah, I didn't know that whole time. Like
You didn't know what
clueless.
combos were.
I feel like you've had multiple episodes where someone has mentioned combos. You should know. They're not that good. Whoever said combos, you have no taste. Dude.
I mean, I'm not saying mine's any better. I'm like pepperoni sticks and some like salt and vinegar chips, maybe whatever.
I'm pretty sure
Sour
there's a pepperoni
Patch.
stick flavored combo. So
There
And,
it is, pepperoni pizza.
yeah, and I'm like, and a 12-pack right here.
I like Takis though.
Those are good. So next little section we have is called "What Comes to Mind." These are things that spark your memory. We're going to try to lay something out there, and then also friends' questions. This is from Frank, and he just says, "Dougie Fresh."
It's a scam.
So, what's your real feelings on?
Well, you spend a lot of money. It's like $60, and then you have to get a lift ticket, and then you have to go stand there all day long.
All day long.
And
that was my original take on bank slaloms.
and they
too.
don't even give away cash. You don't even win any cash. So. I'm not trying to hate on the event, but
No.
also I know Frank. The year he got set, or actually I think he won one year. He won a cat trip at Big Red Cats.
Yeah.
And they never gave it to him. So
Yep.
I was supposed to be his +1. That's why I'm salty about it because I didn't get to.
No,
go,
he
but-
should be salty. Yeah, that's fucked up.
So I got gypped. So I don't know if anyone from Ski Shack's listening, but you guys owe my boy Frank a cat trip with a +1.
Yeah.
But
Ski
it's cool
Shack.
they put it on. So shout out.
Yeah, we support them. It's a rad event, and
The cat trip he would have been the second fastest for that weekend.
He's pretty quick, but I beat him. So
you did.
Yeah.
I thought when he just laid this out there, maybe that.
he's beat me
You know.
once. So
Wow.
so one year we showed up with our buddy Max and we all jumped on the gondola together.
You guys, you ride Goofy though too, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's goofy. It's set up for Goofy riders.
What?
Frank's Goofy too.
Whatever, dude.
Goofy. Okay,
I
sorry.
can't race because I just heel drag, but so we all showed up together in the gondola and we were joking about how cool would it be if all 3 of us took the podium, and then we did.
Oh, that's sick.
Max first, me second, Frank third.
I've never stood on the podium. You guys all have. Not me.
It's
Gotta
cool.
go faster.
You got to enter the race.
Yeah, I gotta. I'd rather go ride.
He's already at
He's
the
just
bar
got
by the time they
6
call
beers.
his number.
Yeah, he's got beers.
I
It's
do
like
a
2
good
p.m. They're like, where's T?
Yeah, I got my one run in. We're good.
But yes, you do stand around at that one. It's shotgun, and it's just all of a sudden 100 riders are in front of you.
Yeah,
cool.
great energy. The efficiency, I think, could just be a little better, and I'll leave it with that. Because when Ryan came to Mount Spokane, and which has less funding and help, and it was, pretty more dialed.
Very organized.
That's super cool. They put it on.
It's
I
a
just
good-
don't like crowds and lines, so I'd rather go take some turns.
It seems like you're a soul rider too. You don't like the competition with like racing.
I like competition. Like, competition is good. I feel like you need competition in some aspect in your life. Everyone does, but there are other ways you can get it besides standing in line.
I like the camaraderie of it, so that's why I'd rather just say, "What's up? Peace out." And there's been many times when I've kept Jeff out riding powder, where he's like, "I gotta get back for the
I gotta
last."
get
He's
my
like
second
the
run.
last person to do his second
Covered in snow.
He's like halfway up Warbear and it's the last run.
dude. It's like, especially with
I have.
Carl, I love it. I'm like, come on, one more, come on.
Yeah, and then we're the last riders.
The course is all chewed up and
Yeah.
ice.
I just did the Dougie Fresh, and Adam Hall was one of the last guys, and I roll up in a demo board. I'm demoing,
There you go.
and he's like, "Oh, what? Save the, best for last." I go, "No, same slowest for last." I've been demoing this on powder, and it was more like wet pow.
It's
It
kind of
was
a cheat
Cali.
code.
It was Cali snowy day.
Sick.
Yeah.
What else we got?
So I got a term, Tahoe Pigs. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah. I don't know how anyone knows about this, but there's me and Tony's little crew in college, like 2015, 2016. We just made little like Instagram edits. And at the time, to make an Instagram edit, you had to record it within the app. You couldn't upload a
Oh
clip.
yeah.
So you'd have to have the Instagram app open and hope it doesn't crash.
It was like 30 seconds long too.
Yeah, you couldn't rearrange or crop or anything. So you had to just lock in and like get it done. So
So
yeah, we
we're-
made some little videos.
Where'd that name come from?
Because
Jeff found
the
that.
cops are everywhere in Tahoe.
Oh.
I got like 4 traffic tickets in my first month of living there for like speeding, park. I don't even know. They were all stupid, but there's cops everywhere in Tahoe, so we just kind of ran with it.
Huh.
But maybe we should bring it back.
Dude, I think it's a killer name.
It kind of popped off for a minute, but
Yeah, I mean,
we got old.
I like crews. If you need someone to join that's a little bit older.
It would be crazy to make a post because it's been like 10 years since that account was active.
Dude,
I don't even know if we can
let's
get in there.
go.
but
Throw some people off.
If we made a post, people would be like, "What is this?"
They're back.
You talked about living in China, and so again, one of those things like you learn something new about you every day, and this actually goes back to a conversation I had with Jack, and he was saying that you're pretty fluent in Mandarin.
Yeah, 可以一点点.
Okay. And then he went to say, that you should tell us about the time that you got kidnapped while you were in China.
Oh, I don't know if I could talk about that on air. Did he say anything about this? No.
Dude, that's like when I'm like, hey, do you have anything? He was just like, you know what?
Okay. Well, at this point in the podcast, if someone's listening, they're actually interested, so I can get into it.
They're still listening.
So I was probably 17. So with backstory, my parents were international business professors, and they would lead a study abroad trip to China every year. So I would go for like 2 weeks with the college kids because they didn't want to have a babysitter for 2 weeks while they're in Asia.
Smart.
And then this one time, we're in Beijing, and I happen to have my own room with my twin brother. And
They
Beijing
took you
is-
and not him? Sorry.
No, both of us. Me and him had our own room, and everyone went to bed. All the college kids, nobody was doing anything. I'm like, dude, I want to go skate because there's super sick marble plazas out there. So I go skate, and I'm like skating around, whatever. I'm like, I want to go drink a beer. I'm like 17. There's no drinking age there. I could buy a beer, but I'm still the age where I don't even like beer. It's like I don't even know what to get. I put my skateboard away and like walk to the convenience store. And I walk out of the hotel, and this lady's like, "Hey, you want to go to the bar? The lady bar. I'm like, no, like, I don't have any money," which I didn't have any money. I was a 17-year-old kid. So I go to the convenience store, buy like a couple tall cans of who knows what disgusting beer. And I walk back to the hotel, and she's standing in front of the hotel. She's like, "I thought you didn't have any money." She's like, "How did you buy beer?" I'm like, okay, yeah, you got me, whatever. She's like, come to the bar, lady bar, like, have a good time. I'm like, I don't really want to go, but like, whatever, like, let's do it. So she's like, okay, get in my car. So I get in her car. And then I get in there. I'm like, wait, I don't think I should have done this. So I like, go to open the door, and it doesn't.
Child
open.
locked.
The handle doesn't open the door.
Yeah, child locked.
I'm like, okay, who knows what's gonna happen here, but I'm in for it. So I'm like pretty familiar with the area. So I'm like, just keep an eye out. Like, okay, where am I? How am I gonna get back? What's gonna happen? Who knows? She didn't take me that far. It's probably like half a mile away. We like pull up to this bar. It's like random karaoke looking bar. I like go in there with her. She's like, yeah, like sit at the bar, get whatever you want. So I like sit down. She's like, okay, like turn around. And they have probably a dozen Chinese girls lined up, like bikini Chinese girls. She's like, take your pick. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, pick whoever you want. I'm like, I don't know. Like, what? I don't even like Asian women. But I'm like, I guess, okay, her and her. So I get like 4 or 5 of them, whatever. And they like, take us to a booth.
You're like picking Pokemon cards.
I'm like, sure, you want to come, whatever. And then we sit at a booth. They're like, and then they start ordering cocktails. They're like, oh, do you want this or can we get this? I'm like, I don't care what you guys get. Get whatever you want. And then they're ordering like charcuterie and fruit trays and all that. And then I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm trying to go home.
I'm over it.
So then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to leave. And they're like, no, like, you got to pay. I'm like, pay? Like, I had 1 Heineken. Like, what are you talking about? And they bring me a bill. It's like $6,000 you want. It's like $1,500. So, like, you're paying for the girls to hang out, and you're paying for what they drink.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. So they grab me. They take me to the counter, to the bar. And the entire bar counter is like different card readers. I'm like, okay, thanks. I can't pull anything about my card doesn't work there at MX or whatever. With my debit card, probably like $12 on it. But I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I need to go get cash. Like, my card doesn't work. And I argue with this Chinese security guard who has me like death grip by the shoulders. I'm like, you need to take me outside to go to the ATM to get cash. And he finally lets me go. So I go in there and like start messing with the thing and just boogie, dude. I ran the fastest I've ever ran in my life and took off. I'm like sweating, huffing and puffing, get back to the hotel, go to sleep. But I kept seeing the lady and her boss like making laps around the hotel.
Crazy. That is like the craziest story ever.
They didn't get me. I'm sure they know. They got me my picture on the wall somewhere. But,
They scammed you though.
but they got in the end. So,
Yeah.
Dude just took off running.
but I think it'd be funny now to go back there and just like order a drink and like just look around and see what's going on. Let's see if they'd pull anything.
All right. Looks like we got a boys trip good to China.
I have a lot of questions about this story, but we'll get to it after the episode.
On a
It
lighter.
wasn't strippers. Like there's no nudity. Right?
That was my question.
That's your question.
Yeah, you're just hired hands.
They scammed you.
This
They
one,
thought they could.
a little more lighthearted. What's your connection with Pitbull the rapper?
There's no connection. That's funny. Okay, I know why you're bringing this up. So to set this off, do you know the video of that guy who was interviewed on the news, the surfer guy? He's like, you drop in, you smack the lip,
Yeah.
pow.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a meme because of it. So Frank and I were gonna get on the news for this story, and we were like sitting at brunch, and we're like, dude, we should make a meme out of this. Like, let's do a whole bit. And that's a whole nother story. Basically, I was kayaking with Frank. He was like messing around in the rapids, so I was filming him. And I happened to be filming, and this tweaker chases a moose down the road. Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't. No.
This video went viral. So in the video, from my angle, it looks like he ran into this mama moose, like messed her up. So the video went viral. The news called me. They're like, "Can we use your clip?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, whatever." And then the guy, actually, it was a lady driving. They posted a video on Facebook of them driving, like chasing the moose. So they fully incriminated
Dude, I saw that.
themselves.
So that was on you guys were in the water, and you can see the truck going.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can put the video in the show notes or whatever. But
I have seen it. Yeah.
it looks really bad from my angle. But the Fish and Game called me. They asked us to testify. But anyway, so the bit was like, I was like, yeah, they call me Pitbull because I got that dog in me. So I ran with this whole bit with the reporter, but he cut out all the funny parts and just called me Pitbull. But part of the reason for that was I didn't want these tweakers to have my identity.
Know your
So
name.
Yeah.
I had to come up with an alias.
Dude, that's sick. And speaking of tweakers, I'm kind of leaning into this, but road trip home to get your van, Reno skate park. And I'm going to show these guys.
This is from Jack.
This is from Jack. And I'm going to
Yeah,
show
that was
these
funny.
guys if I can find Jack's.
So in Reno, there's this skate plaza downtown that's in the middle of all the casinos. It's actually just an open plaza, but they skate there. And they're always tweakers, like wrestling and yelling at each other
Zoom in.
and fighting in there.
Zoom in on that one.
No, I'm not zooming in.
So we were just skating there, and you always see some craziness, but that day, that's what happened.
So just for the
I'm zoomed in.
For the listeners.
so the
Send it to yourself.
So for the listeners, I was showing a photo that Jack sent me. He was very hesitant to get into that.
filmed that clip.
And then I get this screenshot photo of a tweaker that looked like he might like you.
Oh, it wasn't about me. He was talking to himself, yelling, but he had his whole junk out, and he had his other hand in his butt in the middle of this public park, just yelling, shouting, and we're just skating around. I'm like, dude, you should get a clip with him in the background. I mean, he filmed a little skate clip.
So wherever your imagination's going, it's 100% what you're thinking.
Yeah, it was bad.
Whew. Now we got through that. Dude, killer stories on what comes to mind, and thank you for sharing your experience in China. But again, we want to give a big shout out to Frank the Tank and Bear Ridge Trail Builders and Excavation for again sponsoring this. We are self-supported by doing this. We get some beer here. We've had Swell Coffee help sponsor us in the beginning, so we really appreciate you guys supporting us.
You're the man, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
This is when we get into our hot takes. We hope to go through these guys faster than some of the other ones, and we'll start off with park or powder.
Powder.
Correct answer.
Street spot or powder? Wait, street spot or park? Sorry.
Ooh, they're so different, but I got to summarize here. I would probably go street.
Cool.
Especially around here, the parks kind of suck.
Out of the Jib Junk crew, who parties the hardest?
Travis.
Ooh, dude, we're fucking getting different answers. Love it. So Jib Junk crew, who rides the best hungover?
Jack. Jack only rides hungover. Basically.
Love you, Jack.
He's actually said that himself, that he rides better hungover. And
Dude.
I think he's correct.
That's what I used to tell people when they'd be like, "Do you spin? Like, what do you spin?" Because I, capped at sevens, and that was only a couple times. So I was like, "Dude, my best trick is riding hungover." I think that's Jeff's best trick now. I don't have that, but
Yeah, shout out to Jack. I've seen him take so many slams. There's so many clips of him just getting absolutely wrecked. And he's hurt right now, so he's always hurting himself. But when he's hungover, he doesn't fall.
dude, give it to him.
What homie is the best poker player?
Blake Fesco. He's not a Northwest guy, but the homies know who he is.
What about out of the Jib Junk crew? Because I know they do a little house game.
Jack thinks he's good, but he's really not that good. But he's better than the rest of the homies, I would say. Bo is nice, too. Bo's new. He's a newbie, but he's actually pretty good.
Do you take all their money?
I normally lose, but I don't mind losing to my buddies because they're going to buy me beer later. So
Yeah, it was
whatever.
it was only $20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun to play with them.
Best park you've ever ridden?
Mammoth.
Mammoth. Which park in Mammoth, or which
Main Park.
main park?
Insane. Huge. Scary. But it's dialed every time.
Sick.
Do you have a trick list?
I did for a while, but it's been a couple of years since I checked a new one off. But, yeah, I did a lot of them. A lot of it was just like park tricks back in the days where like, people did a lot of crazy park tricks. But to also sidebar, to be a street rider, you only need to have like 2 tricks. Because most of your street part is gonna be 50-50, board side, front board, presses, back lip, couple 270s. Like, yeah, you probably need a dozen tricks to do street part.
Yeah, it's outside of my.
But
You
you
only
don't
need
need
a
to have
dozen
every
teachers.
trick. You can film a street park with 3 tricks.
Take some balls. Whack trend and snowboarding right now.
All the emo, edgy people. Everyone's sad.
You think so?
Go get stoked, dude. Don't be sad. I don't want to watch your snowboard video and get sad. I'm stoked. I'm hyped to go ride. So I've been watching a lot of videos on mute.
Dang.
Just put your own music to it.
I listen to nothing, dude. As long as I don't cry.
If you could take 3 friends on an epic month-long snowboard trip, who would they be and where would you go?
Ooh, that's tough because you have to deal with them for a whole month. Like staying together.
It's your trip, whatever you want.
Probably Matt, Jack. Number 3, probably Ethan. Maybe
So-
Stu's could go. He couldn't handle a month away from home though. So
But how long
Sorry,
was he in
Steve.
Japan? Excuse me.
I don't know. He didn't go this year. He went last year. But he went for like a month though.
Yeah. So I think he can do it.
Not with me though. I'm just kidding. Serious. Yeah, it's so hard to pick just 3. But actually, no. I would take my dad. I'd take my brother, and then probably Tony.
It's a re-rack.
Yeah.
Sick.
But the rest of the homies would be in another car.
There we go.
All right, who's your snowboard greatest of all time?
Probably Mark Mick.
Is that who you said before?
McMo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so staying true to it.
I mean, on paper, he's the most decorated snowboarder ever. And he gets hurt every year and comes back.
Dude, I'm going through knee shit, and I'm just like, how does he do it? Great answer.
Why do you love snowboarding so much?
It's a good question. I ask myself that all the time. I don't know if I can answer it, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good mix between like being like a zen relaxing moment, but also being like a challenging moment to be like, I need to figure this out. Maybe it's physical, like I need to go take another run, or I need to do this for physical reasons, or maybe it's like a challenge, like I need to land this trick because I need to do this. I need to prove that I can do this. But then also it can be, it's a good escape from the grind.
I think it's almost a good reflection from the outside of how I see you as a rider. Because I think there's times you're super laid back and then you just start throwing down shit. And I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I like that because you can also you can go cruise around all day and then say you just hop into the park and you're like, okay, now I need to do this trick, and you lock in and go crazy, and then if you land it, you're stoked.
Yeah.
And then you can go zen out afterward.
Who is a local rider you think we should have on the podcast, but you have to help us get him in the studio?
I'd say either Jacob or Nicholas Nelson, either one of the Nelson brothers.
Yeah.
Legends. So sidebar, before I'd ever even come to the Northwest, they lived in Wrightwood. So we met when I was like 13, and they built the terrain parks at Mountain High. And that was the sickest year at Mountain High of all time. And they were like, yeah, we're from Spokane. I'm like, what is Spokane? What is that? So the Spokane story really started there with those guys.
That's sick.
That's cool.
So shout out to them. And I came here and I didn't even realize this is where they were from. And they really hooked me up with people and showed me how it was. I mean, at that time, Nicholas was still building parks at Mount Spo too, and they were sick. So
Yep.
shout out. Either one of them or both.
Yeah. Hoping so. Jacob, it's been through communication of, helping give us some intel on riders, and hopefully we can line it up when he's up here.
He'd be on that dream trip too, I think.
Oh, now you're just adding people.
Now there's
We're
5
getting the
people
whole
on the
bus.
trip.
And then lastly, what's next for you, and then any shout outs.
What's next? I'm ready for summer. I think me and Ryan are on the same page here. Go ride some dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Maybe skateboard a little bit. Hit the lake. Hit the river. Might make a couple of summer trips. Yeah, and then hopefully we get some snow next year. But shout out to who we got to shout out. Shout out to the family, my parents, my brother, my sister-in-law, and new baby. So my twin bro just had a baby Amelia. She's 2 months old. Oh, she might be 3 months old now. But yeah, super cool for them. They really supported me this whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Adam Carpenter, the guy who gave me my first snowboard lesson that first day.
Sick.
Taught me how to carve.
That's awesome. You still remember.
Still remember that feeling of like him helping me do the carve, and yeah, I still remember that moment to this day. But shout out to Rory, 7B, Deno at Dinos, D, Jack, all the boys. I'm sure I'm missing all kinds of people, but you guys know who you are.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on and sitting in the studio session with us, and glad we got to learn some more things about you.
Shout out to Wild Cannons, and thank you, Uprise Beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bear Ridge.
Bear Ridge.
Yeah.
Shout out Frank.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, thank you, boys.
Good stuff. Let's wrap this thing up.
Okay.